Hello, fellow old schoolers, and welcome to this a bit wacky series of games here I've dubbed the battle between the Magic Brothers. It's just a bunch of mono brews up against each other, and these are the rules inspired by the Doom, the Danish online tournament, the rules from that. And all decks must be monocolored, no artifacts, no power, and the normal Swedish restrictions are in effect here. Another thing is that there are no sideboards allowed, so you can't really, if you have hate cards against a certain color, they have to go in against any opponent. All lands must produce only the appropriate type of mana, so no colorless producing mana here, no Diamond Valleys either. So that means Library of Alexandria, Mistress Factory and Workshop will be banned. But you can play like Urborg and Caracas, and if you play mono white, or Pendelhaven for mono green. And so with these rules involved, it's a completely unexplored meta for me. I don't know what the best colors are, and I don't know how they will stack up against each other. I'm playing in the online tournament right now, and I am in the semifinals actually. So, but I don't know yet how to record those games. So these are just a bunch of kitchen table games where I'm tweaking various decks. In the tournament, I'm obviously playing mono black, but I don't think it's the strongest color actually. I think it might be white or red. But in this particular matchup, the different colors will have different answers for each and every one. This is the color wheel for the game of Magic the Gathering. And as you no doubt know, each color in Magic is an ally to the two neighboring colors and an enemy to the two opposing colors. So for green here, for example, it has animosity against blue and black. Red is enemies to white and blue, and etc. And the colors will have hate cards or anti cards against the colors of their enemies. But and these cards will be very, very brutal in such a matchup. But as there are no sideboards, those cards will be dead draws against any other color. So it is a balance to strike here, how many of those cards to implement, if any. But let's go over the first match here. It's the Black Brother coming up against his green brother, and these guys, they don't like each other very much. Let's go over the Black Brother's deck here. In the top row we have all his creatures. There are Will-o'-the-Wisps at the left here. They're very good against any type of creature. It's a 0/1 flying creature for a single point of mana, and he can regenerate. So he'll just, in a creature battle like this, he's his weight worth in gold. There's the Urk Raiders, the Crazed Desert Dwellers here, and he'll be a very strong creature for his mana cost. He costs 2 mana and he's 2/3, but he is crazy, so you have to attack with him each turn, or he'll do 2 points of damage to you as a punishment. The Black Knights are a given here. They're solid against any deck, being 2/2 first strike for 2 points of mana. And he also will be exceedingly good against the White Brother here, as he has protection from white. And it is a given that the white player will have white knights as well, so it'll usually be a race between those knights who will kill the other one first. The Black Brother, he has the added benefit of using Unholy Strength in this particular brew, as you can put them on the Black Knight against white. And in a meta without a lot of spot removal here, those Unholy Strength will be quite good, I think. There's the 4 Hypnotic Spectres, and a single Dewsumgen as the king of the hill here with his 2 Vampire Lieutenants. Very thematic. Now, in a mono black deck like this, 4 Bad Moons would be a given for the critters, but you can meet other black brews. So those Bad Moons will be very dangerous then, as it'll also boost the opponent's creatures. And the same with Terror. They're good against all the other brothers, but if you meet another black deck, they'll be worthless. So in this particular brew, there are 4 Royal Assassins instead. Again, there aren't a lot of removal here, so it'll be difficult to get rid of those Royal Assassins, and they can slice any attackers up. Just keep the other guy at bay with those assassins there. And they work in combination with the Paralyze. They can be cast on any creature, and it will tap it, and the Royal Assassin can slice him up. And even if there aren't any Royal Assassin, it'll just hold him back in the beginning. We also have the black power with the Mind Twist and the Demonic Tutor. 4 Dark Rituals for mana ramp to get the creatures out. Drain Life is very good as well in a monocolored deck like this. Perhaps 4 should be in here, because you only have swarms and they will do damage equals to as much mana as you pump into it, and you gain as much life as the Black Brother just sucks the life out of that creature or that player. So it's good against burn as well, and just a very solid removal spell. The Black Brother, he's a bit afraid of the White Brother because the White Brother can use Circle of Protections against him, and also Northern Paladins as a main card. So there are those 2 glooms in the deck here. And just to make the Circle of Protection more expensive to use and more expensive to cast, and hopefully overwhelm him even against the Circle of Protection. But there will be dead draws against the Green Brother. He doesn't care. He doesn't mind those glooms. Here's the Green Brother. A lot of creatures as well. We see his mana ramp will be the Llanowar Elves, and he'll have Wooly Wolves just to really pump up the other creatures. He can tap and make another creature +1/+1. And he also uses those main deck Whirling Dervishes. There are 4 of them, and they have protection from black, but and they can be pumped with the Pendelhaven as well. All the 1/1 creatures can be pumped by the Pendelhaven. Against black, those Whirling Dervishes will be brutal because he can't remove them and he can't block them. And each time they get in, they just grow +1/+1. There's a single Dryad in there. It has a 1/1 creature, so it can be pumped with the Pendelhaven as well. And it also has Forest Walk, so just sneaking in there. If this deck ever faces up against another mono-green brew. A couple of trackers will round the creature base off, and it can be used to track down Royal Assassins and Preachers and stuff like that. And as a tap effect, it'll do as much damage as it has power against the opponent creature, and the opponent's creature will deal damage to it. And it's a 2/2 creature, so it's very good to just remove those special creatures like that, like Preachers, Witch Hunters, Royal Assassins, Sorceress Queens. It'll track them down. And we have the Unumgens. Then we have the 4 Giant Growth and 4 Berserks, just to really ramp up the damage here. So the Green Brother, he'll really control the ground here with all his big fat creatures and his Berserks and Giant Growth, but his weakness will be flying creatures. So I've put in some Hurricanes just to wipe out all the flying creatures, and there are also those Ifbififreets, 3/3 flyers that will function like a living Hurricane. You can just pump mana into them, and they'll do damage to each player and each flying creature. So that would be the air defense from the Green Brother, but he still will have weakness in that department. Perhaps some Giant Spiders would be good here. Let me know what you think, but they'll be good against Spectres anyway. So that will round out the green player. He'll have Sylvan Libraries as well. And as we play, we might tweak these mono brews. A bunch of stuff could be done here. Black player could have Underworld Dreams in his deck. And we're also trying out the Tranquilities from the mono-green player just to see how they work. It can block a Death Grip or Circle of Protection green, at least remove it. So yeah, that's the 2 brothers here. They don't like each other very much. Let's see in this battle who will come out on top. Let's get ready for the first round. And we have Jens Ole on the left here, and he'll be taking the reins of the Green Brother. And I'll try out the black one here. He has to mulligan at this point in the first round. That's pretty annoying for him. So mulliganing down to 6 cards here. Black Brother on the play. Starting off with a Dark Ritual into a Hypnotic Spectre here. That's a very, very brutal start against green. But even if the Spectre gets in once, he'll only remove a single card, and I have used the Dark Ritual to pump it out, so it will just be even Steven. So he needs to get over at least twice. Okay, coming out with a Llanowar Elf. So I suppose in the next round a Hurricane could make short work of that Spectre. Now he comes in, only getting a Forest here. I don't think it'll be very easy to mana screw the green player. The Green Brother, he just has so much mana, and as a multicolored, it won't be easy to crack him out of green. Demonic Tutor, second turn here from the Black Brother. I wonder what he'll get. Passing the turn while I look through the deck. So let's see if there's a hurricane here. No, there's a script sprite though. Ooh, and a wolf. Okay, next turn the wolf will be able to boost the script sprite +1/+1, so it becomes 2/2 and can trade with the Spectre. But it does have summoning sickness in this round, so the Spectre comes over twice. That's all he needs. Now he has at least paid for himself. Ooh, getting a tracker here. Very annoying for the green brother. Another dark ritual. Ah, there's the Jusam Jin, the king of the black deck. The demon coming out. Strongest creature in this matchup, actually. Another elf. Okay, so the green player, he'll have a lot of mana here. And this turn, the wolves will be ready. So they can howl and boost those script sprites and use those to block the Hypnotic Spectre. But what about that Jusam Jin? We need a giant growth against that. And a pump from that wolf. Then you'll become a 5/5. So if he has a giant growth, he can block with the elf, pump it with the wolf, and giant growth. And the demon there, it does cost the black brother a point of life each turn just to control it. Ooh, Unholy Strength on the Spectre now is a 4/3 and can overrun the script sprite. Very strong here. Okay, sacrificing the Wood Elf against the demon and taking the Hypnotic Spectre on the chin here. There are no cards in the green brother's hand, so nothing to lose at least in that department. Ooh, there's a Whirling Dervish though. 1/1 protection from black, as I talked about. Now he needs to keep it back as a defender against the Jusam Jin, because with protection from black, the demon can't touch the Whirling Dervish. And the demon will just continue to damage the black brother here. He has to pay for having it in his control. Spectre coming over again for 4 points of damage. No cards to pick though. And there's a Black Knight. The black brother is a bit mana starved here. Only 2 swamps in play. Whereas the green brother, he has sufficiently mana phased. He can actually hurricane, or he can play an Urnamjin. Okay, nothing coming out of him here. He needs to do something against that Spectra. The Jusam Jin he can handle. Well, the black brother is really considering something here. He has a victory in his sight. The green brother is only at 8 points of life. Okay, attacking with everything at this point. The Whirling Dervish goes straight into the path of the demon. The script sprite going into the path of the Hypnotic Spectre, then getting pumped by the wolf, and a berserk. A defending berserk here will provide 6 points of damage, getting rid of the Hypnotic Spectre. The black brother revenges this with a drain life against the Willowy Wolves after it's tapped. He has enough mana to just drain a single point of life from it, removing that pesky wolf from the battlefield. So now it's reduced to the demon, biting a chunk out of the black brother's leg again here, and a Black Knight. Here they come, 4th mana source out of the black player. Okay, so taking 2 points of damage from the Black Knight and just blocking the Jusam Jin here. I think he waits for a giant growth here. Just another forest though. Black brother's turn again. That's continuing to attack, I think. Yeah, here they come. The monsters. Blocking Jusam Jin and sacrificing the elf. And something big. Ooh, that's one of the vampires. That's game. And the black brother actually had a Gloom in hand, but it wasn't worth anything against the green one. So yeah, the black brother took the first one. This is the second mono battle, second round here. Let's see if the green wizard can equalize here, or if the black wizard will just solidify his lead. So Force of Nature on the hand of the green wizard. That wasn't in the deck pick, but it's an experiment to see if the mana ramp can support him that force of nature. If he gets out early, even small critters will not be good against him because he'll just trample over them. Okay, Black Wizard, mulliganing down to 6 cards here. That's a 1/1 Dryad, no Elf this time from the Green Wizard. Would have been better though, but I suppose this is very good as well. Okay, now they're coming, all the creatures of the Green Wizard here. Dark Ritual and a Royal Assassin. He can't tap this turn, but next turn he'll be able to assassinate any creature that looks the other way, any tap creature. There's a Whirling Dervish though, he can't touch that Whirling Dervish. Dryad coming over for a single poke. Doesn't get pumped because the Green Wizard wants the wolves to survive. Okay, slicing up the Dryad. And another Royal Assassin, okay. A cult of ninjas here. Protecting the Black Wizard. But there are those Whirling Dervishes, they will get in. It's an Ernemgen as well. The Whirling Dervish needs a counter though. It has become a 2/2 now. And despite the formidable defense from those Royal Assassins, they can't really touch that Whirling Dervish. Though every other creature they can just slice up. There's a counter on the Whirling Dervish. Demonic Tutor on the black player here. And these protection creatures with protection from the relevant color, they are quite impossible to handle. I don't think anything can be tutored for against it here. Which actually opened the game up a bit, because otherwise black would be impossible at the moment. Oh, there's a paralyze on the Ernemgen here. Now it can be sliced up by those Royal Assassins if needs be. And there we go, one dead Ernemgen. I don't know if the black player tutored for that. Would perhaps be a bit odd. Whirling Dervish coming over 2 and growing even more, and another Ernemgen coming out. And green, it really lacks the capabilities to remove those Royal Assassins. I think only the trackers. You can get a tracker down, he can suicide against one of them. Kill a Royal and then die himself. There's a Singia Vampire, a flying creature, so the race is on here. Though that Whirling Dervish just keeps on growing. It's 4/4 now. Next attack it'll be 5/5. It's a brutal clock here on the black player. The Singia Vampire will have to move fast. Though we do see the superior air forces of the black player here. Attacking with the Royal Assassin. Oh, I suppose that Royal Assassin had Forest Walk from the Ernemgen. That's why. So yeah, just a race to get in 5 points of damage. Giving the Royal Assassin Forest Walk again with the Ernemgen. There's a tracker. It can tangle with one of the Royal Assassins, and the Whirling Dervish coming over for 4 points of damage, growing to 5/5. And nothing you can do against it. Except trying to race the other guy down even faster with the air forces. Now the trouble is, you can't really attack with both with the Royal with Forest Walk now, because the tracker is actually will not have Forest Walk next time, and will be able to kill one of the Royal Assassins, and then there can be a counter attack even with that Whirling Dervish. Oh, pumping the Whirling Dervish, Giant Growth, Berserk. So that's 5, 5, 6, 6, 9, 9, 18 points of damage. Slicing the wolf just out of spite. Okay, that's curtain call for the black player here. Just a huge Whirling Dervish getting in. So looking over these games, both colors have various advantages against each other. This is the third battle. Black very clearly has a much more controlish element with those 4 Royal Assassins. Okay, needs to mulligan here. And controls the air as well with the Singia Vampires, and has methods of getting very fast openings with Dark Rituals into Singia Vampires, into Hypnotic Spectres. But the longer the game takes, the odds will increase for the green player to get one of those Whirling Dervishes out, and it's just a brutal clock. And with Giant Growths and Berserks, it can go so fast. So time is against the black player, it seems, in this color matchup. He needs to finish the game fast with those flyers. And green needs to stall for time until the Whirling Dervish comes out. Pendelhaven into a Llanowar Elf here. It could actually be a very good counter against turn 1 Spectre. It's just get a Pendelhaven and a Script Sprite out. Okay, Dark Ritual here, and there's a Spectre. So he now needs to keep the Pendelhaven untapped and play a Script Sprite if he can. The Pendelhaven will make the Script Sprite into a 2/3 creature. No, he does not doing that. He plays a Wolf. Okay, so it's a bit mana starved, it seems. Oh, how about Spectre getting in, taking the Hurricane. He needed one more point of mana, and then he could just Hurricane the Spectre out. Demonic Tutor here. Very, very lucky opening for the black player. Had there been a forest on the hand of the green player, he would just Hurricane for 2 instead of playing that Wolf. But being mana starved without air forces against an active Hypnotic Spectre is a very, very bad position for the green brother here. It's not so much the damage done by the Spectre, it's more the card advantage that just accumulates once that Hypnotic Gaze from the Spectre takes effect. Okay, attacking. Okay, yeah, he's no other choice but suicide attacking with the elf and the pumping it with the Pendelhaven and attacking with the wolf instead for 3 points of damage. Getting in with the Spectre, nicking a Giant Growth. Damn. Dark Ritual. Oh, Singia Vampire here. Those rituals, as said, the opening games with the black player, he's really dominant in the early game because of those rituals, but he'll run out of steam at some point. And then the green can get back. Okay, 3 mana. Is that a Hurricane we'll see now? No, it's a Tracker, but at least... Oh yeah, he can actually get pumped by the Wolf and then take out that Hypnotic Spectre. The Wolf can pump the Tracker into a 3/3. And then he can track down the Hypnotic Spectre and kill it. Okay, but first he has to take a full swing with those black flyers, and another card gets nicked. It's another Giant Growth. So brutal, and a Paralyze on the Wolf. Funny it wasn't the Tracker that got paralyzed there. That's a bit odd. Suppose you could have used a Giant Growth on the Tracker and then taken out the Hypnotic Spectre actually. The Tracker would become 5/5, but the Hypnotic Spectre had taken so much of them. Oh, but he berserks it and then takes out the Singia Vampire. So it becomes a 4/2 Tracker, and it can track down the Vampire and kill him. So there's only the Spectre and the Black Knight left. But the card advantage is real at this point. So many giant... another Hurricane. Man, Hypnotic Spectres are so good. Nettling Imp coming down here. You can like tease the other creatures to attack, and then you can block it with Singia Vampires or kill it with Royal Assassins. It's a bit of a combo card. I'm not playing with it in the black deck I'm using at the real tournament at the moment. I think it's too cumbersome to get the combination off. But it's pretty cheeky and pretty fun. Okay, fourth battle. The black deck is up 2-1 against the green one here. And this, it's not certain that this will be the way those two colors will play all the time, but it is indicative of how they stack up against each other, I think. With the black Dark Ritual into Spectre again, with the black player being able to provide a lot of early flying pressure, the green scrambling for protection, defense in the early game, and then getting out superior creatures on the ground and Whirling Dervishes and trying to win the game in the mid game. Script Sprite coming down here. Green player seems a bit mana starved again. Paralyzing. Oh, paralyzing both creatures. Such a brutal opening. Okay, berserking. That's a good play, I think. Berserking the Hypnotic Spectre just to get rid of it. It takes 4 points of damage, but it's well worth it just to get rid of it. What to do here? There is that bird that came out there. It can stop other creatures from regenerating. Oh, another Dark Ritual. Juice Jin. No Will-o'-the-Wisp. So brutal. By paralyzing the Llanowar Elf, it also takes out a mana source from the green player. There's a wolf. Juice coming over. Blocking with the bird here. And Urk Raiders coming down, just really all out attacking on the Black Mage, taking a point of damage as payment to the demon. The Jusum Jin coming over, blocking the Jusum Jin. Yeah, very quick game. Those two early paralyzed just seal the deal, I think. Coming again, the Urk Raider and the Jusum Jin. Green player just keep on getting blockers out to the meat grinder here. He's going to have to... No, he's taking it on the chin here. 7 points of damage. Okay, trying to do something. Okay, paying 3 mana for... Yeah, it's not enough. A tracker, but it won't be enough. Those two paralyzes, I think they're very strong opening here. There are no Moxen and there are no quick ways to get mana out. So Paralyze will just take those creatures out of commission. 5th battle here. And the black player being up 3-1 here. Let's see how these colors work. Okay, Script Sprite coming out turn 1. That's a pretty nice start. Another Dark Ritual here perhaps. No, just a Willow. The Wisp. So the black player being a bit more defensive here. Script Sprite coming over and poking him for a single point of damage. Looks like a Black Knight. No, it's an Urk Raider. And there's the Wolf. Attacking with the Flying Script Sprite again. And the black player has to let it in because the Will-o'-the-Wisp can't really regenerate. Without any black mana. Okay, really looking over something here. Attacking with the Urk Raider. Taking it on the chin on the green player, and there's a Hypnotic Spectre. It's not that bad. I mean, the Script Sprite can block it and then get pumped by the wolf and just trade. It would be nice with a Pendelhaven now for the green player, or Whirling Dervish. Another wolf, that's also excellent. Now, I wonder, the green player could let the Spectre get in next turn, sacrifice a card, just to wait for the second wolf to be online, and then he can pump the Script Sprite into a 3-3, block the Spectre without losing anything. Without losing the Script Sprite. Royal Assassin though, yeah, but now he'll lose wolves if he does so. Man. The more we play these games, those Royal Assassins are excellent against in this green matchup. Oh yeah, he has to attack with the Urk Raider. Here we go. Green player just takes it, which makes sense. The Royal Assassin was holding those wolves back. If they ever howl to boost one of the other creatures, the Royal Assassin will just take him out afterwards. Each time. Needs a tracker now. Wow, okay, coming over the Script Sprite, really? Looks like a Hurricane play. Attacking with the Whirling Dervish. I suppose the Royal Assassin should kill it. Okay, starting off with blocking, regenerating, makes sense. That's the Hurricane for 2. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that was a bad read by the black player. Should have just sliced the Script Sprite. Oh, the Script Sprite is dead, right? What? Okay, there it goes. Yeah, it was a mistake. It looked like a Hurricane, and it was a Hurricane. Should just have sliced it up with the Royal Assassin, that attacking Script Sprite. Then the Whirling Dervish, then the Will of the Wisp could have regenerated. So nice play by the green player here. And the black player attacks again, providing another dilemma for the green player. He blocks with the Dryads, getting pumped for 2, and then getting one of them gets sliced up by the Royal. That's the second Royal Assassin coming straight out. Man. So those assassins are just holding the green player back until a bigger creature can get out from the black side here. I think in this matchup, mono green should have 4 trackers actually, just to go against creatures and Royal Assassins and stuff like that. Because even though green can do a lot of damage with its strong creatures, it doesn't have a lot of spot removal against ground forces. Spectra trying its luck here. That's the first tracker. Okay. Oh, paralyzing the tracker and then slicing it. Oh, no, no, no. Okay. Slowly getting control here. Okay, but there's a Berserk from... There's 2 Berserks in the hand of the green player. Berserking the Spectra, so it dies, doing 4 points of damage, and then discarding this final Berserk. There's a Pendelhaven. Good stuff, I suppose. He can now block the Black Knight and become a 2/3. And as long as he doesn't tap any of his creatures, green will not lose any creatures to those Royal Assassins. So it's a stalemate here. But losing that tracker without taking out a Royal Assassin for it, that was kind of brutal. Unholy Strength on the Black Knight here. Here it comes, 4/3 first strike. So even a Giant Growth won't help. Okay, but there's another Wolf. He can now become a 4/5 if he pumps himself. A 4/5 Dryad. Gloom coming out. Yeah, that's a pretty dead card here. Yeah, he can't really use the wolves yet, but next turn he'll be able to. Whirling Dervish here. Okay. Finally, they are falling in that deck, but he didn't. Took a long time to draw the first one here. The problem is you actually need another, because the first Whirling Dervish can be used to keep the Black Knight back. If he uses the Dryad and then pumps it with those 2 wolves and the Pendelhaven, the assassins will just kill the wolves. He chooses to do so, okay. Really? Okay, pumping it. Why? That's very dangerous. Now the Black Knight can't be blocked. The Dryad will only be pumped into a 3/3 and the Black Knight has first strike. 4/3 first strike. Okay, sacrificing the Dryad. Just trying to let the Whirling Dervish grow a bit, I suppose. Putting creatures into the meat grinder. No, now keeping back. I think green should have committed here. Either he has to attack and really put the hurt on the other guy, or he should not have the Pendelhaven. Okay, he's waiting for chump blockers against the Black Knight. And now he can actually pump that chump blocker and kill the Black Knight. Become a 4/5 creature. Yeah. No, you can pump it. Okay, but I suppose he won't, because then the Royal Assassins will just kill all his wolves. And then an all-out attack in the next turn from the Royal Assassins will actually kill the green player. Okay, paralyze on one of the wolves and then it gets sliced up. Whirling Dervish online again. The defenders of that green player is thinning. And it's only a matter of time before there's a Drain Life on the hand of the black player, or perhaps a Singular Vampire, something that flies. Hypnotic Spectre. Okay, Mind Twisting his hand. There's only a Pendelhaven and a Forest in that hand. Doesn't really matter. But what can green do here? Should play with Desert Twisters. Okay, a tracker coming out, I suppose. There's always something. Perhaps taking out one of the royals. Yep. Electing to trade. Only a single royal now. Oh, second Whirling Dervish here. Okay, now this is great. Coming over with the first Whirling Dervish for 3 points of damage. Black player being down to 9 points of life here. And the Whirling Dervish is now a 4-4. Uh-oh. Okay, Drain Lifing him out. If. Okay, so just in the nick of time, the black player just casts a huge Drain Life on the green player's dice and snatches a fourth victory here. But it was beginning to look rather dicey. Those Whirling Dervishes would close the game pretty fast. 6 battle here. It's 4-1 for the black player. Starting off pretty strong here, the green player with a 2 mana sources turn 1. Okay, electing to get rid of one of them. It is a nice play because it removes almost a land, and it also removes an attacker. Second swamp here. We should start seeing Urk Raiders or Black Knights here, I suppose. No. Tapping it. Dark Ritual. Jusumjen. It's pretty hard to handle this early with a monocolored deck like this. Okay, just a lot of critters from the green player. 3 forests out. He's not mana starved here. And that cow, as we call it in Denmark, is coming over. The legendary cow for 5 points of damage. Hypnotic Spectre coming out now, and there are no flying creatures on the board from the green player. Just a horde of wolves though. So they can make even a 1-1 into a 4-4. So he can, I suppose he can double block the Jusumjen. Wait, what? Okay, no, there's another play here. Probably even better. Just defend attacking. That's a Royal Assassin though. We need a tracker. If there weren't that Royal Assassin coming out now, the green would really have momentum now. Yeah. Now there's control. Okay, but a Berserker, also a very nice top deck draw from the only spot removal he has. Oh, but another Hypnotic Spectre here. We need a Hurricane. And a tracker, something. If PV freed, it costs 4 mana though. Would have been so great to get out. It's 3/3 flying, can hold off that Hypnotic Spectre indefinitely. Keep him be pumped. Unholy Strength on the... Oh man. So brutal. It's tapped still. Giant Growth won't help. Oh. It's agreed. Yeah, so 5th victory for the black mage here. So there might be something off in the way we have designed these decks. I think 4 trackers, as said, in a mono green deck would be better. And I don't know what else could be put in there. Perhaps some giant spiders actually, just 1 or 2. But let's see. We're continuing to tweak here. In this matchup, it does seem to favor the black player. Yeah, very lucky draws all the time. The black player has with a turn 1 Hypnotic Spectre here. Okay, but a Whirling Dervish, an early Whirling Dervish. And the Hypnotic Ghost comes over for the first attack here. Just nicking a forest, not the best pick. And then the Black Knight to follow up here. As the Wolf and the Whirling Dervish comes over for the first attack, growing into a 2-2. So the clock is really on the black player here. paralyzing the wolf. And then all out attacking as a berserk on the Spectre though. Getting rid of it. So doing 4 points of damage and getting rid of an Ernemgen. That was a brutal pick here, as the next land drop could get that Ernie out, and that would be very, very strong. Okay, no forest though, it's just a wolf. But in this trade-off, the green is ahead. That Whirling Dervish comes over again. 2 points of damage, growing into a 3-3. Black Brother's turn here. Coming over. Has a greed. They can provide the black player with some card advantage. Oh, Tranquility though. Getting rid of... Oh, both the Paralyze and the greed. Excellent Tranquility here. Whirling Dervish coming over, getting pumped by that wolf into a 4-4. And now it grows into a 4-4. Yeah, might as well attack with the Black Knight. There's no point keeping back, as the wolves can just, they don't even have to attack. They can just pump the Whirling Dervish. Drain lifing one of the wolves for 1. While it's tapped, so it can't tap itself and can't be pumped by the other wolf. Dryad coming out here now, attacking and pumping the Whirling Dervish. Growing into a 5-5. Counter-attacking, blocking with the Dryad. Urgrader's coming out. There's a Singular Vampire in the hand, but there aren't 5 mana, so you can't really play that Vampire. And the Gloom is worthless in this matchup. They're pretty close in life though. But that Whirling Dervish is 5-5 and nothing can be done to it. Path the Green player's a bit scared. No, okay, he's not. Just pumping that Whirling Dervish. I think that might have been too aggressive. I think I would have kept back with the wolf just to jump block one of them. No matter what, the Whirling Dervish can't be stopped and it will kill the next round. This just opens up. I mean, there could have been an Unholy Strength on one of them, followed by Drain Life or 2 Unholy Strength, and that would be game. Yeah, it could be a Drain Life for 3. There's a Ritual, you could also Drain Life him. Yeah, but doesn't matter. Singular Vampire is another Whirling Dervish. Now it'll come over. Getting pumped, killing the Black Wizard here. So in this particular matchup, with the types of deck we have brewed, the black player wins 5-2. There's no way to tell how this would continue to go on if we just kept on playing. But let's try some different monocolors against each other. I also have an SD card with a bunch of different decks, and actually a whole horde of recorded games I just haven't had time to put out. So I'll just start to squeeze games out every now and again now. So thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next ones.